Hi everyone at Broke Aristocrats, it's me, Dr. Whimsy, and today we're going to talk about some basic things that you can do to improve your health that will actually drop, I'm hoping, the budget you currently have for your groceries. I've been looking, I try to look at people's grocery hauls. I don't mean to judge. I come in peace. I am trying to be supportive, but there's a couple of things I need to say, and you'll be hearing me say it a lot on Broke Aristocrats. Please do not compromise your health when it comes to groceries. Please do not buy junk food. Don't buy anything that contains sugar in it. Don't buy prepackaged foods. Don't buy junk food. If it doesn't have any nutritional value, you're not saving money. You're putting yourself in harm's way. And getting sick is not a healthy proposition. If you really want to get out of debt, then take care of your health, because I can tell you bankruptcy is one of the leading causes, getting sick is one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in the United States. And so getting sick is not the direction we want to go. Yes, we want to get out of debt. Yes, we want to live below our means. Yes, we want to keep ourselves on a budget. But we never, ever, ever want to compromise our health. So let's talk about food. Let's talk about grocery hauls. Here are some things that you might want to think about before you go and purchase. Number one, you bought it with a coupon. If you bought it with a coupon and now you've got 2 or 3 or 4 things that you saved with a coupon, but it's made with corn syrup and sodium and chemicals that you can't pronounce, you know what would have been cheaper? To have not bought it at all. If it contains sugar, if it contains corn syrup, if it contains natural flavors, don't bring it in the house. If it's prepackaged, don't bring it in the house. So now you're saying, well, Dr. Whimsy, what do you want me to do? Get rid of my entire pantry? I think that people should probably have a lot less stuff in their pantry. The truth of the matter is, being a minimalist means you probably don't want to have a lot of stuff in your kitchen. If you've got enough food to feed you for the next 6 months, that's a problem. The reason why prepackaged foods contain preservatives in them is so that they can be shelf stable for a year or 2. I think people need to get off that trend. The ideal situation would be that we all have our own gardens, we're growing our own food, it's organic, and talk about local, and talk about cheap. I grew up with a garden, it's a great idea, but not all of us can do that. But here are some simple things that you can do to save health, is to simply not bring it into your house if it's prepackaged and if it has a label. Instead, what would I want people to bring? What do I do in my home? I buy the organic frozen vegetables to save money. That I get them at Trader Joe's, or the Aldi is the parent company. That's one way to get cheap organic vegetables in your home. Or I buy them in season. Sometimes it's expensive, but since I'm not a meat-centered home, since eating animal products is not something that we do a lot of in this home, I don't think it's particularly expensive. Today I went grocery shopping at Whole Foods. I did go to Whole Foods. I wanted to get some organic stuff. Here's my list. I spent $28.43. And how I was able to not spend a lot was because I buy in bulk from a Whole Foods, and that way I'm able to get organic food. So I think the organic brown rice is about $2.25, give or take, a pound. And the beans, the organic beans, are not much different than that. So Dave Ramsey likes to joke about beans and rice, but the truth of the matter is there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ways to make beans and rice. Black beans and rice, you could do a Mexican style, or Pinto's Mexican style, or you can do hummus, which is Middle Eastern, or you can do lentil soup, a Greek lentil soup with rice. So there are experiment with other cultures if you're trying to eat more plant-based, from scratch rice and beans. Your heart will help be happy. You'll be happy, because chronic disease is expensive. One of the number one reasons why people declare bankruptcy in the United States is due to not being able to pay their medical bills. So when people compromise their health by buying cheap food because they've been convinced that, well, I can get it with a coupon, they're actually buying into a myth. The truth of the matter is, if you're buying something with a coupon but the food is not nutritious, you have not saved money, and you've crowded your pantry with a bunch of junk. So please don't do that. Like I said, buy in bulk, plan your meals, eat nutritious, simple food. If your family is struggling with a mostly plant-based diet, then learn to stretch a chicken. Buy the highest quality you can get and then stretch it over several meals. I did a video with Nurse Amanda, who's my roommate. She's a nurse, and we talked about that, where we took one chicken and we were able to get several meals out of it by putting it in things like a cacciatore, shredded tacos, etc. So we were able to spread the meat and load up on plants instead. I'll also link to a really great book that I got that I think was worth the cost, and that was Vegan on $4 a Day, that is put out by Eileen Jaffe. I think it's a great book. There's also great websites for vegetarian cooking. Vegetarian, if it's grain-based, rice and beans, actually is associated with decreased risk for coronary artery disease and chronic disease. There's been a lot that's been going on lately in terms of people being attracted to the paleo diet. I've debunked it in the past. If you go to drwhimsy.com, you'll see what I have to say about the paleo diet. It's got nothing to do with anything that our ancestors ate like, and it's not healthful. The longest living people in the world ate far less animal products and were grain-based. The people of Okinawa, there were also some studies of blue zones that were found. Blue zones are areas where people who live an extremely long life. Those blue zones are found in Okinawa, they're found in Greece, they're found in some parts of Russia, and also there are some found in parts of what is today the Pakistani border with Afghanistan. There's been some blue zones. And what they find is that these are people that are eating nutrient-dense, some cultures that ate fish in small amounts, but for the most part they were plant-based and grain-based. Paleo peoples only live to be about 40 years, 50 years old at the longest, so I don't know if eating a paleo diet is necessarily going to make us healthier. Okay, so that about wraps it up. I just wanted to give a brief conversation about some of the ways that we save money and eat healthy in our home. We don't buy junk, so we save money because we don't buy garbage. If you're not buying it, then you're saving money. Instead, we buy in bulk beans and rice and quinoa as well. All the different kinds of grains and beans at Whole Foods. We do shop there. We buy vegetables both frozen and fresh in season. We create a variety of menus by going online and experimenting. We have some animal products when we crave them, but we don't make them the center of the meal. We stretch them out. And I think that that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you for watching this brief conversation about how to be healthier and shop hopefully healthier, but save some money as well. Yeah, I don't think it's so hard to, this is one person, $28 one person, Whole Foods, but I also don't buy massive amounts. You know, I'm okay shopping once a week, so if I buy brown rice or buy quinoa or something like that, it's only going to be enough to last me a week or two. I shop as I go. When I run out of something, I buy it. I try to buy it in bulk when I can. For example, I'll buy the spices. I buy spices in the Latino area. They have bags of them, and then I take those bags and put them in the old containers because I think something like 10 times cheaper that way. So there's little tricks of the trade. But yeah, so that's what I had for you today, and I want to thank you for watching. Be sure and share, like, subscribe, and tell me what you do in your home to eat healthy, to eat nutritiously without breaking the bank. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.